September 17th just witnessed the most dramatic escalation in AI competition yet. China banned NVIDIA chips entirely, forcing a $1.2 billion UK startup into the spotlight as Jensen Huang's new favorite. DeepMind and OpenAI's AIs just crushed human competitors at the world's toughest coding contest. Meanwhile, Fed Chair Powell admitted AI is driving unemployment to dangerous levels. This isn't just business competition anymore, this is technological warfare with real human casualties. China just fired the biggest shot yet in the AI chip wars. Their cybersecurity regulator banned all domestic tech companies from buying NVIDIA's AI chips, not just the high-end H100S, but even the watered-down H20 variants designed specifically for the Chinese market. This isn't just about trade tensions, this is China declaring technological independence from American AI infrastructure. Major players like Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu, companies that have built their AI capabilities on NVIDIA hardware, must now find alternatives or face being cut off from advanced AI development. The timing couldn't be more strategic. Chinese officials cited national security risks, while simultaneously pushing companies toward Huawei's Ascend chips, which claim comparable performance at 70% lower cost. It's a coordinated effort to build a completely separate AI ecosystem. The immediate impact is brutal for NVIDIA, a 40% drop in China revenue projections for Q4 2025, but the long-term implications are far more significant. We're witnessing the bifurcation of the global AI landscape into competing technological blocks.
An official from China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology made their position clear. Self-reliance in core technologies is non-negotiable. Foreign chips pose unacceptable vulnerabilities.
This isn't just about chips. It's about who controls the computational foundation of artificial intelligence. The ripple effects are already visible. Companies like DeepSeek are pivoting to domestic hardware, while analysts predict this will accelerate open-source AI development in Asia as Chinese companies seek alternatives to Western-controlled platforms. This creates a fascinating paradox. By cutting China off from NVIDIA chips, the US may have accelerated Chinese AI independence rather than slowing it down. The result could be two completely separate AI ecosystems, Western models emphasizing ethics and transparency, Eastern models prioritizing scale and sovereignty. Just as China bans NVIDIA chips, a UK startup is becoming Jensen Huang's new obsession. Nscale, founded just 2 years ago, has scaled to operate over 10,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs across Europe and the US, delivering what Huang calls the backbone for the next wave of AI innovation. What makes Nscale remarkable isn't just their rapid growth, it's their approach. While hyperscalers like AWS and Azure optimize for scale, Nscale optimizes for efficiency. Their proprietary orchestration layer reduces AI model training times by 30% through dynamic resource allocation, delivering enterprise-grade AI infrastructure at a fraction of traditional costs. Huang's praise was unusually specific. Nscale is blowing away expectations. They're building the backbone for the next wave of AI innovation without the bloat. Coming from the CEO of the world's most valuable chip company, that's not just recognition. It's validation of an entirely different approach to AI infrastructure. The company's $150 million funding round, led by US investors, values them at over $1 billion. But their real innovation is democratization. By focusing on edge computing and sustainable operations, 80% powered by renewables, they're making advanced AI infrastructure accessible to startups and SMEs that couldn't afford hyperscaler pricing. This represents Europe's bid to reclaim AI infrastructure leadership from US giants. Nscale's success could inspire a new generation of regional AI infrastructure providers, reducing dependence on American tech companies just as China is building its own alternatives. Their expansion plans are ambitious: 50,000 GPUs by 2026, quantum-resistant encryption, and partnerships with European telcos for sustainable power sourcing. It's a direct challenge to the assumption that only tech giants can provide enterprise AI infrastructure. While nations fight over chips, AI just achieved something that should terrify every programmer: complete dominance at the world's most prestigious coding competition. DeepMind's AlphaCode 3 and OpenAI's O1 Preview didn't just compete at the International Olympiad in Informatics, they won gold medals, solving complex algorithmic problems better than the world's best human coders. The numbers are staggering. DeepMind's system solved 85% of problems with elegant, verifiable code. OpenAI's model hit 92%. incorporating novel mathematical proofs that human competitors hadn't considered. These aren't simple coding tasks, they're the kind of complex algorithm design that separates elite programmers from everyone else. While AI dominates coding competitions, the companies that train those AIs face their biggest legal challenge yet. The New York Times, News Corp, and Gannett have filed a massive class action lawsuit against Google, claiming their AI Overviews feature is systematic copyright infringement. The economics are devastating. These publishers report 20% traffic losses as Google's AI summaries provide information without users clicking through to original sources. When readers can get key points from AI-generated summaries, why visit the actual news websites? No visits means no ad revenue, and no ad revenue means no journalism. The lawsuit seeks $1 billion in damages and raises fundamental questions about fair use in the AI era. Plaintiff attorneys argue this isn't transformation, it's theft. AI thrives on our journalism but pays nothing. It's theft, not transformation. Google defends this as fair use for public benefit. But evidence shows their AI summaries often contain factual errors, while still diverting traffic from original sources. It's the worst of both worlds. Inaccurate information that still destroys the business model funding journalism. This case could redefine copyright law for the AI era. If publishers win, it could force AI companies to pay licensing fees for training data, fundamentally changing the economics of AI development. If Google wins, it could accelerate the collapse of traditional journalism business models. Fed Chair Jerome Powell just acknowledged what labor advocates have been warning about for months. AI is a probable factor in unemployment hitting 4.3%, the highest level since 2021. The numbers are stark. AI tools displaced 500,000 jobs in 2025 alone, with predictive models optimizing workflows and reducing human oversight across manufacturing and services. Powell specifically highlighted generative AI's impact on white-collar work, citing automated legal reviews cutting paralegal positions by 35%. Powell called AI a double-edged sword, growth accelerator but labor disruptor. The productivity gains are real. 1.5% GDP growth attributed to AI efficiency. But that growth comes at the cost of human employment, creating what economists call jobless recovery. The policy response includes $200 billion in retraining funds, but that assumes displaced workers can successfully transition to AI complementary roles. The reality is many workers lack the technical skills needed for AI-augmented jobs, creating a structural unemployment crisis. Quick competitive updates. Japan allocated $700 million for domestic AI development to reduce US-China dependency. DeepSeek's AI generates less secure code on politically sensitive topics, exposing how censorship compromises technical quality. Sentient AGI raised $85 million to build open-source AGI, directly challenging closed AI monopolies. September 17th revealed the new rules of AI competition, and they're unlike anything we've seen in previous technology cycles. This isn't just about building better products, it's about controlling the infrastructure that makes AI possible. China's NVIDIA ban shows how quickly technological competition becomes geopolitical warfare. By forcing domestic companies away from American chips, China is betting they can build superior alternatives faster than the US can innovate. It's a massive gamble that could either accelerate Chinese AI independence or leave their companies at a permanent disadvantage. N-Scale's rise proves that infrastructure competition isn't limited to nation-states. A 2-year-old UK startup is challenging American tech giants by focusing on efficiency over scale, sustainability over profits. Jensen Huang's public praise isn't just recognition. It's acknowledgement that the old rules of infrastructure monopoly are breaking down. The coding competition results show AI capabilities advancing faster than human adaptation. When AI systems can outperform Olympic-level programmers, we're not talking about gradual job displacement, we're talking about fundamental obsolescence of human cognitive work. The media lawsuit against Google represents creative industry's last stand against AI cannibalization. If journalism can't survive AI that summarizes their work without compensation, what other knowledge-based industries will face similar existential threats? Fed Chair Powell's unemployment acknowledgement is the first official recognition that AI's labor displacement isn't a future concern. It's happening now at scale, with measurable economic impact. What emerges is a competition landscape where traditional advantages, market size, capital resources, regulatory protection, matter less than technological sovereignty, infrastructure efficiency, and the ability to adapt faster than displacement occurs. The winners will be nations and companies that can harness AI's productivity gains while managing its disruptive effects. The losers will be those that either resist AI adoption or fail to protect their human workforce during the transition. China is betting on technological independence. The UK is betting on efficient alternatives to American infrastructure. Media companies are betting on legal protection. The Fed is betting on retraining and adaptation. The next 6 months will show us which bets pay off and which strategies fail. But one thing is certain: the AI competition wars have moved beyond business rivalry into questions of economic survival, technological sovereignty, and social stability. What's your take on these competitive dynamics? Do you think China's chip ban will accelerate their AI development or set them back? Can companies like Nscale really challenge big tech infrastructure? Share your thoughts and subscribe for analysis that tracks the real stakes in AI competition.